Okay, for those of you who don't know, that was Rocky. Probably one of the most motivational movies of all time, in my opinion. That actually doesn't have much to do with my lesson. I just like Rocky. So, okay. What will motivate y'all for this school year? Kind of like, what will motivate y'all to get good grades and to do your best?
Graduation.
Graduation, that's your motivation?
Yeah, I like to get out of here.
Yeah? Don't wish it away. All right. Write down on that card one thing that'll motivate you to work hard this school year, whether it would be hanging around people who have a good influence on you, or just the thought of your future plans. I know that helped motivate me, what I wanted to do in life. That helped get me to where I want to be. So take a second to write that down. All right, now a few lines down. Write something that gets you ready to help you exceed in your extracurricular activities. I know all of y'all are in extracurricular activities. So like example of that would be to listen to a song before a baseball game or a football game. Or if you're in theater, to go through your lines before you go out there. Something that helps you get ready for your activity that you're about to perform.
What's the question?
It's a few lines down from that. You're going to write something that helps you succeed in what you like doing. So are you in track? She got it?
This one looks like it's about to run out.
Y'all got it? Good? Alright, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? Like, you could think of that on the top of your head. It's like a pre-game ritual. You always do it. Easy, right? Okay. Those were easy to think about. I mean, for most of us. For some of y'all, if you've had a hard time with that, good luck. Most of those were pretty easy to think about because that's something that we care about doing. You know, I used to always pray before every baseball at bat. I never prayed to, Lord, help me to get a home run. No, that wasn't anything I prayed for. I always prayed that I could be a good influence on others on the field, and that I could just be Christ-like as much as I could. So that was one thing for me. And baseball was really something I cared about, so that was really important that I did that. Now, on that clip right there, I don't know about y'all, but that really made me want to go out and work out and just punch something. I don't know, or someone in the face, someone I don't like. That made me want to do that. Even though I'm small and skinny and probably can't punch anyone, I still want to do it after watching that. Now flip your card over and write something that you do to get your mind ready to worship. It's a little harder question, isn't it? Something that you do to get your mind ready for worship. Now, y'all don't have to share these if you don't want to, but does anyone have something they want to share? What about you, Mr. Chuck? Do you do anything before you get ready and speak?
I pray.
You pray?
Yeah.
So that's something, in case y'all didn't know what the question was asking. Maybe some of y'all pray before you're about to worship the Lord.
I just try to take a couple deep breaths and just try to like stop thinking about everything else. You know, just take a second just to kind of like silence my mind and just kind of try to, you know, get de-stressed just for a second, just so I can, you know, go into worship with a clear mind.
I put my phone away so there's no temptation during worship.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Distracted by something else.
That's a good one.
Anyone else?
People like.
All right, I think a lot of people that haven't grown up around the church don't really understand how great worshiping the Lord can be because they don't have their mind right or their mind's in the wrong place. You know, sometimes you're just going to have those days where you're really not in the mood. You had a late night Saturday night, and mom and dad woke you up and are like, come on, let's go to church. And you're just, all right, I'll go, but I'm going to sleep halfway through the lesson. Yeah, how many of those days have y'all had? Or how many of y'all have had those days? Yeah, don't lie. It's okay. But what my lesson is about tonight is how you can try and fix that. Because everyone's going to have those days. It's just, in my opinion, it's about limiting those and really trying to focus as much as possible. You know, sometimes you'll go into church and you'll be all in it, and then the preacher walks up and you're just like, okay, I'm thinking about my boyfriend and girlfriend, or I'm daydreaming about scoring the last-second touchdown to win the state championship. You know, anything. It happens to all of us. But does that really help you worship? No, it doesn't. And I think God deserves your full attention when He's worshiping. And I just don't think there's any point in going to church and sitting in a pew and twiddling your thumbs, playing with your fingers, and daydreaming. Because you're wasting your own time. You can do that at home. You know, why come up to the church building to do that when you're about to get your mind to worship God? I don't think God deserves that, because He did give His only Son for you. And I'm not just. This sounds like I'm aiming at y'all for this, because I've had days like this too. I'm just talking you as a whole. But a lot of people, if y'all haven't already known, will just go to church so they can post it on social media and say, hey, look, I went to church. Or, hi, I'm Braden Jarnigan, I go to church, you know. Okay, cool, good for you, but how much do you really listen in church? That's one thing I've noticed as I've grown up and gone to school with people. All right, does anyone want to read Hebrews chapter 12, verse 28? And I also need someone else to read John 4:24 and Ecclesiastes 5:1.
What was the John one?
All right, Abby's got Hebrews 12:28.
I got John 4:24.
Tristan's got John 4:24. Does anyone want Ecclesiastes 5:1? Who said that? Easton? All right.
Y'all read real loud. There's a lot of people.
Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe, for our God is a consuming fire.
All right, can you read that one more time?
Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe, for our God is a consuming fire.
All right, John 4:24.
God is spirit, and His worshipers must worship in the Spirit and in truth.
And then Ecclesiastes 5:1.
Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. Go near and listen rather than you offer the sacrifice of fools, who do not know that they do wrong.
All right, these are just some verses showing how important worship is and how important it is for us to mentally prepare for it. If any of y'all recall, when the Israelites prepared for the Sabbath, they didn't just say, hey, let's eat. Hey, let's meet up and eat. They mentally and they physically prepared for it. And does anyone want to read Ezekiel 46, 1 through 3? It's a little bit of a long one, so someone who's daring and who hasn't read yet. Anyone?
Thus says the Lord God, the gate of the inner court that faces east shall be shut on the 6 working days, and on the Sabbath it shall be open, and on the day of the new moon it shall be open. The prince shall enter by the vestibule of the gate from the outside, and shall take his stand by the post of the gate. The priest shall offer his burnt offering and his peace offerings, and he shall worship at the threshold of the gate. Then he shall go out, but the gate shall not be shut until evening. The people of the land shall bow down at the entrance of the gate before the Lord on the Sabbaths and on the new moons.
Okay, did you guys, if you listened real carefully, did y'all see how much time that they put into that? I'll read it one more time. Thus says the Lord God, the gate of the inner court that faces east shall be shut on the 6 working days, but on the Sabbath day it shall be opened. And on the day of the new moon it shall be open. The prince shall enter by the vestibule of the gate from outside, and shall take his stand by the post of the gate. The priest shall offer his burnt offering and his peace offerings, and he shall worship at the threshold of the gate. Then he shall go out, but the gate shall not be shut until evening. The people of the land will bow down at the entrance of the gate before the Lord on the Sabbaths and on the new moons. So they put all that time into that, just that alone right there. And that's really a verse that I look at. You know, if they did all of that, I think I can say a quick prayer. That is one thing that I do. And driving to worship service, I like to sing a song in my head just to help mentally prepare me. But I just figure if they go through all of that, the least I could do to get ready for worship is just to do something that's comfortable for me, to do something that gets me in the right state of mind to worship God, because He does deserve my full attention. You know, I'm not saying you have to read the entire book of Romans before you worship or anything like that. You just need to find something that helps you. Reciting a verse, or singing a song in your head, or singing it out loud if that's what you want to do. But whatever it is, if you haven't already written one, go ahead and write one on the back of your card to remind yourself. And y'all are going to keep those cards. And before worship, pull it out, look at it, and just to remind yourself what you need to do. And if you don't know if it'll work, you know, you can try it. Write something down that'll help you, and I'll give you all a minute to do that if you haven't already done it. I just think we're all at this age where some of y'all who are just entering the youth group, it's a really good time for y'all to start making this habit and to get your mind mentally prepared. And even for those leaving, you know, it's never too late to start, or it's never too early to start. But we're all at the age where we need to start making this habit. We need to be responsible for how we worship the Lord and give Him our full attention. And if you're really good at tuning everything out and listening to Chuck's sermon or getting into the singing, if you're really good at that and you don't need a reminder, don't worry about it. Keep doing what's good for you. This lesson was just to give an idea to help people, because I know I've struggled on days that I don't really feel like it. I just tune out. And I just really hope that lesson helps y'all, and y'all can take it and use it as much as possible. But I am graduating, so it's been fun getting to know you guys. And if y'all ever need anything, just know I will be there for you. And God bless.